guys, welcome to Gemma B Makes. I'm Gemma and this is my crafty podcast where I talk about all the things that I've been making over the past couple of weeks. I tend to make things by knitting, crochet, sewing. I do a bit of spinning. This week there's a little bit of hand sewing and quilting. Lots of crafty rabbit holes to dive down if you want to join me. Grab yourself a drink and I'll start telling you about all the things that I've been doing. I have been crafting my little butt off. It's not little, giant butt. I've been crafting my giant butt off. Seriously. We are still in the middle of lockdown. So I think we are on week 12 of staying home. The regulations are starting to ease a little bit so we can meet our friends and family in the park. We have got our little bubble. David's mum has joined us. She lives alone by herself and she's really suffered. I don't want to say suffered, but she has probably been affected the most by the lockdown. She's been by herself all this time, just her and the dog, and as soon as Boris announced that we could have a grandparent over, she was around here the next day. So that's been nice. She's come back. But I've been seeing my parents. We were allowed to play in the garden. I went to go see my niece and my nephew. So we've been to see everybody again. David has just been taking James out for a drive to get him to go to sleep. I thought I'd start this podcast early, just so I could get a little bit more time in. But actually, on retrospect, it's probably just going to get broken more. Yeah. I'm going to stop. Okay, so James is asleep now and I can talk to you guys freely. Edward is playing upstairs on the computer. I don't know what David is, but he's not around. I think he's playing the guitar. So yeah, I get to sit and tell you about all the things that I've been making. I'm going to try and stay out of the sunshine a little bit. The sun is absolutely scorchio, blaring through the windows. It was 29 degrees today. I think it's probably the same today. Let's have a little nosy. Well, 27, but it is only going to get hotter. So yeah, I think every time I sit in the light, it flares and you can't see it anyway. I'll stop talking about lighting. Nobody wants to know about that. Just talk about the knitting. Okay, so I'm going to start off with a finished object for you guys. So if any of you guys follow me on Instagram, you will have known that I sat down and recorded this podcast all last week. And I sat down and spoke to myself for an hour. I did not press record. Well, I did press record, but I pressed it twice apparently because it recorded for 1 second and then turned off. Absolutely devastating. Absolutely. But it did get me time to show you my little finished object. Look at this cutie patootie little jumper. So this is the Flax Light by Tin Can Knits. It is knit up in some merino that I dyed myself. And it is going to be a birthday present for my little nephew Milo, who's 1 in September. I'm really, really happy with how this turned out. This is the second Flax Light that I've knit now in the same colour. This is the smaller size and it's turned out absolutely lovely. It's super duper soft. I've got to say, I think I need to get used to rinsing out my yarn when I've dyed it though, because I went to soak this to block it and so much dye came out. I don't know what I did with this particular skein of yarn because it was like I'd just done it. So yeah, it needed soaking lots and lots. In fact, a lot of it I think has faded. It's more of a lighter blue than it was before. I still like the colour. It's still really nice. It's pulled a little bit so it looks a little bit stripy. It looks more stripy on camera than it does in real life, but it's really, really nice. I like it. It's cute, it's soft, and it goes in the present piles for Milo, who I got to see along with my lovely little niece Heidi the other day. Cutie patooties. We played in the garden. They were so nice. I really wanted to squish him. I wasn't allowed, but it was really nice to go see them. So that is the only finished object I have this time. I'm just going to have a drink. I do have works in progress though. Okay, my works in progress. So my favourite favourite project at the moment is my hand-spun jumper. Now, I am so excited by this jumper. I absolutely love it. The colours do not turn up very well when it goes into the light. I've been trying to get the best colour combination, but here it is. Here is the Jupiter Crop by Caitlin Hunter, Boylan Knitworks. Changed slightly. So the Jupiter Crop is designed for sport weight yarn, and my gauge, this is hand-spun yarn, and it was coming out at a light fingering weight, so I've had to change all of the maths and all of the numbers within Caitlin Hunter's pattern. So in actual fact, I've just taken the colourwork chart and I've done my own sweater construction. So yes, because originally I wanted to, when I was looking at all the different yarns that I'd used, and I'll show you, these are all hand-spun yarn by, the fibres are from John Arbon. Oh, that's just a tiny little ball left. So these are my colours, the tiny little ball that fell out there. So these are the colours that are all spun up from John Arbon fibres. And as I was deciding what I wanted to do with them, originally I was going to use the Strange Brew book by Tin Can Knits and knit myself my own design. And I was trying to think of what I wanted to do. I thought they looked quite peacocky. Peacocky, is that a word? Nope, but I'm going to use it as a verb. So it's not a verb. Now I've got stuck in, 7-year-old English and teaching. It's not a verb. Anyway, peacocky. It's not a word. But yeah, it reminded me of a peacock. So I wanted to do a little design. This is my little design book. I think you've seen it all before. There's my other design book through before. And I got this kind of idea. And I thought, oh, I'll try and draw it out. I'll do a peacock. It ended up looking like, well, boobs and vaginas, to be truthful. But I was trying to draw it out. So I tried to chart it out and I tried to do myself a chart. And all I could see, all I'd done this part, and then I thought it just looks like Caitlin Hunter's new design. I was like, oh, I'm just totally ripping it off. And instead of doing all that work and trying to chart it out myself, I could just use the Caitlin Hunter crop. So I think hers was inspired by chickens and mine was more peacocks, but I think the same effect has been accomplished. I'm really, really happy with how this is turning out, guys. So as you can see, I have got the full yoke. I've split for sleeves, and I have got to another repeat of the pattern. Now in the original pattern, this is actually where the jumper stops. You get a little bit of a ribbit and then it becomes a crop. Now I've tried this on and it comes to just under my bust. So it comes right under my boob and that's where it stops. Well, that is just not going to happen. So what I'm going to do is put another repeat on. But as you can see, oh look at all this mess. I'm a little bit short on this yarn. So this is the main colour. I've got another ball there and I've got one more little ball the same size for the other sleeve. So I split that into 3 just to make sure that I'd have enough. But after trying it on, obviously I have enough yarn according to the pattern. If it was going to be a crop with short sleeves, I've decided to do a full length jumper with long sleeves. So I'm not going to have enough of the, it's called Aquarius. However, I did buy some more and I've spun myself some more. So I've got another 45 grams of yarn here, and I've also got, I think another 70 grams unspun if I need it. So I'm okay. I spun this up the other day on my electric eel wheel nano, and I just managed to do it in an evening. So I just spun as much as I could onto one bobbin, which worked out 45 grams, and then I plied them from a ball. So one bobbin, and I used a ball winder to wind it up, and I took the inside and the outside and I plied those together. It was a fun afternoon. But yeah, so yeah, I'm just loving it. So now that I've got more yarn, because I'd stopped here, I thought, well, I'll pick up the sleeves and start on the sleeves a little bit while I was spinning more. And I think my plan is, because they're hand spun, so I was thinking maybe there were different dye lots, you'd be able to tell the difference, but actually they're very, very similar. So what I'm going to do is, when I get to the last couple of rows, when I'm going to run out of yarn, and I'll just alternate the balls, just so it kind of does a gentle fade into the other colour. I don't actually think you'll be able to tell, because it's a full colour work and it's hand spun. I don't think you'll be able to tell that it's been two different lots. So yeah, I'm so excited by it, guys. I know I did have a little bit of a faux pas with it. So as soon as I finished last time's episode, I think I had all my yarn ready to go, didn't I? And I wound it all up and I cast on straight away. And what I did was a little bit of maths, and I started with this sandy colour, and then I tried to go in order. So I went from the sand colour, and then the yellow, and then this one, and then this green that's kind of fading away a little bit was the feather. And as you can see, the green gets lost a little bit. Originally I wanted to do a fade, and it would have faded lovely, but because I decided to do colour work, the green does get a little bit lost, and this feather motif was just getting completely lost. The jumper was also coming out a little bit large, and I'd forgot to put the short rows in. So I'd knit a whole yoke before I realised that actually it wasn't gonna fit properly. I was never gonna enjoy it, so I ripped the whole thing out. So actually I've already kind of knit this once, and then I pulled it all out and I started again, and I'm much happier with it now. I've tried it on a couple of times just to make sure. I'm gonna sneeze. Oh. Excuse me. Oh, don't sneeze shame me, will you? Yeah, so I've tried it on a couple of times and it fits really, really nice. I'm really, really happy with how it's fitting. Now it fits perfectly, and then under the bust it creeps in a little bit, it goes in, and I think I'm going to leave it quite fitted. I might take it in a little bit of waist shaping at the bottom and then shape it back out again for my hips, but we'll see as I get to that point. Because it is colour work, that is a little bit more of a job to do, so we'll see how it works with the colour work. But yeah, I'm really, really, really loving how it's working out. And I'm enjoying the colour work as well. There is certain parts of it where it is 3 colours at a time, and that was a little bit of a challenge, but eventually I kind of got to the I got to the point where I could colour manage quite well, and it's only a couple of rows at a time. And actually once I worked out the method of doing it, I was okay, I was fine. It was the catching the floats that got me a little bit. I was trying to look up techniques of how to catch floats a little better, and I found a few, but I couldn't get the yarn management at the same time with the 3 colours, and it was that bit that was getting me. So it was all about yarn management, but it's fine now, it's fine. Do you want to have a look in the inside? I'll turn it inside out for you. Let's have a little look. There you go. Have some floats. Not too bad. Some of them I've caught really well, some of them I've missed, some of them are just a little bit thing, but again, as it blocks, I think that should change. But yeah, much better than the other jumper that I've done. So it's all a learning curve, and I'm really enjoying it. So as well as doing my hand-spun jumper, I have also been knitting on the Hoodie shawl cardigan by Suzanne Sommer. I've really enjoyed this project, guys. So a whole avalanche of stuff then. This project is so different to anything that I've knit before. It is constructed, oh my god, it's so hot, it's just been in the sun. It's constructed so differently to anything that I've done before. Oh, it's all crazy. The yarn is so nice. Let me pull it all out. So this is my cardigan so far. So it's got a full hood. Okay, I don't know if you can see that very well. Well, I did this last time. So in my recording, excuse me, my recording of myself last week that I didn't actually record, I'd done a lot less of this and the hood wasn't constructed properly and I just ended up like, couldn't see it at all. Do you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to put it on because it's at that point where I can. So this is the hood. Let's have a little look. I've got a little bit of a sleeve going on there, so I started on the sleeves. And yeah, the lack of sleeve there. So here we go. I don't know if you can see that very well. Let's see if I can stand up a little bit. Sorry, did you just get a full bust view then? It's on a stitch holder at the bottom, so it doesn't come around my waist properly at the moment. But yeah, do you know, this is so nice. This yarn is absolutely delicious. It is Northshire yarns in her cashmere, silk and alpaca. I think it's 70% alpaca, 20% silk and 10% cashmere. So yeah, this is so nice. So this is her denim colour. The green here, which is on the sleeve, this is Hypnotic Lagoon, and the pale natural colour is called Feathers. And I've also done a little bit of a fade in here at the bottom, and this grey colour is called November Mornings. But yeah, it's I kept going on about how I really wanted to have, it's so warm guys, oh my goodness, 27 degrees and I'm in cashmere and alpaca. Yeah, I kept going on about how I want an everyday cardigan, and I think this will be my everyday cardigan because it is just, it's so nice. It's going to be so lush when it's finished. The Hypnotic Lagoon, I started the sleeve once already and it was pooling quite nicely actually, because the colourway is really, really nice. It goes from this like kind of really light pale green and it's got quite dark greeny blue flecks all the way through it, and it's really, really nice. The way it was pooling was actually quite nice. It was striping down the arm and it was twisting, but as you decrease, because you decrease down the sleeve, the pooling started to change, and I thought I'd like it if it could pull the same all the way down, I'd keep it the same because it looked really nice, but actually it started to change. So I pulled the sleeve out again and I started doing helix knitting, helical knitting. I still don't know what it is. Basically you alternate your skeins of yarn as you're going round. So 3 stitches before your next yarn change, you stop and you slip 3 stitches and then start knitting with your new yarn. It leaves no jogs all the way around. You can't see where your yarn changes and it alternates them perfectly. So I've really, really been enjoying this. I can't really knit on my Jupiter crop in the evening on a night time in the dark because the just the way with the colour work I like to be able to see properly. To be fair, it's very, very light now, but it's something that I need to concentrate on. So whereas although the construction of this is a very, very different of the hoodie shawls, it's got a really big hood, it's got this shawl V-neck at the back, and it's got short row shaping to get the the body all the same length. Although the construction's very different, the stitches are all the same, so it's all knit, knit, knit. Apart from on the short rows where there's purls, so it's knit and purls all the way through. So it's very, very easy to knit. It's just the construction's very different. So this was really easy to take out and about. It's easy for when James is going to sleep. So James now has got his own bedroom. He's in his own bed. But it takes him a little while to go to sleep, so I tend to just we go to bed and he has some milk and we read some stories, and then I just sit and knit while he goes to sleep. But sometimes it can take up to an hour. Yeah, it's just at that age, and the weather, and it's sunny outside, so lots of different factors, but it is giving me a nice little bit of knitting time. So that's what I've been doing, bedtime knitting. And I'm just getting so far. I'm really, really impressed with it. So what's to do next is, so I'm going to do the sleeves. I have changed the order in the way that it was constructed, simply because I knew I wanted to show you guys, and the next step is not good. I wouldn't be able to show you it properly. So I picked up the sleeves, but actually the bottom here is on waste yarn. And once you pick all these stitches up again, and then you pick up all the outside, so all the way up the front, all the way around the hood, all the way around, and then you do a couple of rows like that, and then an I-card bind off, which is something that I've never done before. So that should be interesting. I hear lots about how it takes a very long time, and then when it's the whole outside of the garment, I think it's going to take a long time. And once it's all on one big long needle, I really won't be able to show you what it looks like. So that's why I picked up the sleeves first, so I could show you how much progress that I'd done on it. But yeah, it's a really, really enjoyable project. I've really enjoyed doing it. I've actually got 2 jumpers on the go at the minute. For me, 2 garments for me. So much for saying I wanted to do Christmas knitting all year. I'm just knitting for myself. But that is all the knitting that I've been doing. I have been doing a little bit of crochet. So the crochet project are in the middle of doing their next mystery crochet along. This one is called While We Waited. So I will show you the While We Waited. This is clue 1 complete. Clue 2 is currently out. I haven't started it yet. If you want to keep your clues a mystery, I would suggest skipping ahead a little bit. But the While We Waited mystery crochet along has 2 versions. You can make a scarf or you can make a full wrap. I have chosen to do a scarf simply because it wanted three colours of 50 grams each. The wrap wanted 3 colours of 100 grams, and I just wanted to use I just wanted to scrap bust really. I wanted to use some of my leftovers. So these are the colours that I have chosen. This is Pulse, and it is by Hey Sister Yarn Co, and it's a cashmere, it's merino cashmere. This is Gilded, and it's the twin to this one, and these are the leftovers from my swag that I made. And this I thought looked lovely together, and that's hand dyed yarn, naturally dyed with Madder by Twist Tangle fibres, and I thought they looked really, really nice all together. And I've got I've got 45 grams of each of these ones, so I'm really, really hoping that I can do it. And this one I have quite a bit. I've got another full skein of this, so I'll have plenty. But those are the colours that I've chosen. And these are the first clue. So it's crocheted in little motifs. This is the first motif. Is that the wrong way around? That's the right way around. So the first clue was the whole premise of the mystery crochet along is While We Waited. It's about lockdown. So the first clue was about being caged. How we've all been locked in, and they're little cages. So I've got 2 of the little squares, I did very lightly block these. I just give them a soak and I just pinned them, but I didn't stretch them out too far. I think they're supposed to be 3 inches, 3 inches each, and mine came out at 3.5, and if I'd have pulled them, I could have quite easily got them to 4. I wanted to keep them smaller, and there's a triangle version, and I have 4 of these triangles, so 2 squares and 4 triangles. I was very excited to see how they all kind of fit together. I'd got it in my head that I got it right. Oh, this is how they all fit together. And then the clue 2 came yesterday, and I was so wrong, and I'm so happy to be wrong. It's really nice to have the surprise of how things are constructed. So clue 2 looks like it's going to take a little bit of effort to get it right and to get the setup. I was going to do it yesterday, but I was grumpy and sweaty and hot yesterday and just didn't have the brain space for crochet or for anything. Do you know what I did last night? Absolutely nothing. I had a gin and tonic and I played on my phone for about 3 hours in my pants in my living room, going, oh, it's just too hot. I don't do heat very well. I don't do heat. In fact, it's so hot right now. My hair is massive at the minute. So you guys, I think, did I tell you that I was trying to get my hair all curly again? I'm trying to natural my hair, get it to its natural state, sorry. So my hair has just been a frizzy mess my entire life. And then I found a thing on YouTube, and it's called the curly girl method. And it's basically you use no sulfates, no silicons, no alcohols. You just take a lot of the things, you just choose better shampoos for your hair. And there's a certain way to wash your hair. You scrunch and you do these little methods. And guys, I've got curly hair. I didn't even realise. It was just always a mess. And actually it's curly and huge. I've got so much volume in my hair, and there's so much hair, and the hairdressers are all closed. And I just want to tie it up and get it out of the way, and I just kind of need to give it all a really good chop off, I think. A good 6 or 8 inches, and get it all nice and fresh and have some nice curly hair. But yeah, there's lots of hair at the minute and it's not helping with the heat. I just need to tie it all up. But for now, I'll just pull it round. But yeah, I'm enjoying the fact that my hair is curly. I mean, it's still in quite bad condition and it still gets very frizzy, and the heat does not help with the humidity. But I'm impressed that actually it only took me to 37 to realise that I had curly hair. Oh my god. Anyway, I'll carry on with what I was talking about. This is not a hair podcast. This is a crafty podcast. So let's talk about some crafts. So I've done my knitting and I've done the crochet. I have been doing a little bit of spinning. So you saw my spun up, excuse me, I'm starting to lose my voice now. So this was John Arbon fibre. This is their Viola top, I think. Yep, Viola top. So that was a 45 gram mini skein that I spun. But I also had a little bit of fun spinning up this crazy bat that my lovely friend Jasmine did for me. And I just thought that was absolutely craziness. It's like so fuzzy and brightly coloured. So this was the bat that I got from Jasmine. It is pretty awesome. It's like mainly black with just some cosmic amazingness that goes through it. Some really bright colours. There's like some silky bits, some sparkly bits, some hairy bits, some all sorts in there. And I just, as I had it, I just didn't know how to spin it. It's not something that normally I would gravitate towards. This bit, look at that, that's just it. It just reminds me of like space, and yeah, I just think it was ace. But I thought I'll just do like a nap time's worth of spinning just to see how it turns out. And yeah, because I wasn't sure I was going to like it, but I absolutely love it. I think it's just amazing. I think it would make the best hats or some really crazy mittens. I think it'd look really, really good woven. However, I don't weave, and you Ashford wife can stay away from me. I'm not joining your cult. I don't need any more crafty rabbit holes, but I might spin up the whole bat, and maybe one of my lovely, lovely weaver friends could weave something for me. I don't know. I think it'd look nice as hats, but yeah, I really, really enjoyed spinning that. That was just an off the projects list. Oh, well, I'll have a little go at that because I really fancy it. And I'm really, really glad that I did. I think it looks really 80s. Like, does anybody watch Chevy Rell? I just found Chevy Rell's podcast. She is so funny. And she is currently doing an 80s make-along. And I think I might enter that because I think it's so cool. Go watch Chevy Rell. I really enjoyed watching her podcast. It's quite a good one to do a bit of binge watching. She's funny and I enjoyed it. So that's what I've been spinning. Sorry, that was a little bit of a tangent, wasn't it? I also have been doing a little bit of buying. So next Saturday is the beginning of the Tour de Fleece. So last year I took part in the Tour de Fleece. I made up my own little team. I had a few of us just took part. It was nothing competitive. It was just all for fun. Spin 15 minutes a day and see how many yards that we could get, how many meters of spun yarn that we could get. So the Tour de Fleece, for anybody who doesn't know, is a spinning event that usually takes place at the same time as the Tour de France. So while the bikes wheels are spinning, wool spinning is taking place. Sorry, I can hear the boys upstairs. I think David's playing guitar and he's tapping his foot and it's driving me insane. He's stopped. Can you hear it? Oh, it's irritating. Anyway, sorry. I do need a little bit of space now. Sorry. So, Tour de Fleece. This year I decided I wasn't going to be doing my own team, but I did join Team Hilltop Cloud. She's Team Flossie. I got this cool little Tour de Fleece little coaster. It was pretty cool. I enjoyed that. That just came as a little freebie. So, Hilltop Cloud, Katie, she has done her team. She did 12 different colours of fleece. I don't know if you can see it very well. I don't really want to take it out of the little plastic because I'm going to do some fibre prep with it. But basically what happened is you all get partnered within the team. You pick 2 colours out of 12. These are the colours that I picked. So what they're called, Sea Mist and Blossom. And then my partner was Victoria and she chose Cornflower and Marigold. So you choose 2 colours, but you receive 4, and you don't. It's a bit of a mystery of the other 2 that you get. So this is what I'm going to be spinning throughout Tour de Fleece. It was I really enjoyed that fun little mystery to it. So a little bit of a fibre swap. So yeah, it was How many times can I say yeah? Lots, apparently. A little bit undecided on what of how I wanted to spin my different colours. I actually went on to Ravelry into the group to have a little chat about how people were doing theirs. Yes, I actually went on Ravelry to do something other than buy a pattern, and they've changed it all. I've got to say, I think the interface on my phone works brilliantly. But there has been quite a lot of controversy on how ableist it is, and it is affecting people on how they use it. It's affecting people's concentration levels. It's giving people migraines and affecting them in that way. I'm sure Ravelry are doing their very best to get it back up to scratch. But yeah, it was a little bit disappointing to read all those things that are happening. But I must admit, the interface on my phone works much, much better. So if they can keep that part, I'd appreciate that. But I actually went onto Ravelry and joined a group. Yep. It only happens for those special people. But yeah, I wanted to see how people were going to spin theirs. I think I had a plan of, I was just going to make some minis. So 4 little minis to see how that worked. Somebody said they were going to do stripy socks, and that really appealed to me. I was like, oh, I could spin a pair of stripy socks. But then Katie did say it's 14.5 micron merino, and it's very, very soft. It's like cashmere kind of merino. Is that kind of fineness that, you know, first wear of that pair of socks and they will fall to bits. You will wear them straight through. But the idea of spinning something stripy really appealed to me. I thought I could make myself a stripy hat, or stripy mittens, or a stripy scarf. So I think that's what I'm going to do. Oh my god, there's flies. There's flies. This happened to me at the same time last year, in fact the year before. Oh my goodness, I've been doing this, the fly. I've been doing the podcast for 2 years now. Oh yay! A 2-year Podaversary. That's exciting. Reminded to me by the flies. Anyway, the summer, man, the summer. The heat, I'm not doing well in the heat. Anyway, I'll carry on. Absolutely covered in hair. That's that crazy bat. Anyway, I'll carry on talking. So the idea of doing something stripy with my Tour de Fleece appeals to me a lot. While I was buying fibre for Tour de Fleece, while I was buying fibre for Jupiter crops and getting extra yarn, getting extra fibre from John Arbon, I also got an extra 100 grams of this awesome colour, which is the Yarnadelic base, which I haven't tried yet, and it's called Galetta Guitar. But look at that colour. I thought that was absolutely amazing. So many different colours going through there. So no idea what I'm going to do with this one. I just loved it, and I thought I really wanted to give this base a go, and this colour really appealed to me. So more yarn buying. More fibre buying, sorry. I have been going on a little bit of a binge of buying things at the minute. It was the Yorkshire Yarn Fest, I think, on the 30th of May. Oh my goodness, this is a long time since I saw you. So I have been buying things, and everything's arrived now. So I want to show you what I've bought. I've lost it. How can I lose a giant bag? Oh, it's hiding. Okay, so I bought this awesome project bag by the Fibre Fox. It is in a Liberty print, and it's so lovely. So this is currently what my Jupiter crop is held in. So it's got 5 full skeins of yarn and a jumper. So it really does hold quite a lot, and it's just an unbleached cotton inside. Sorry, just a plain white cotton. Is quite clearly bleached. But yeah, it's lovely. I really like it. Absolutely beautiful, and it's so vibrant. The colours are so vibrant on it, and it's all very me. I was very happy when I managed to get one of those. And I also picked up some more yarn from Stranded Dye Works. So Amy Florence was part of the Yorkshire Yarn Festival, and I managed to get 3 different colours. So again, they're all superwash merino. Oh my gosh, that darn fly. This one is orange tabby. We've got inappropriate crush there in the middle, and this is patisserie. And originally, when I bought all 3 of these, my plan was I was going to use them for the mystery crochet along. However, when it came to when they arrived, they're so nice. The colours are absolutely beautiful, and I just wanted to use them for something a little bit more special. I really do enjoy the mystery crochet alongs, but the whole point of them is that they're a mystery, and if I didn't enjoy the finished product and I didn't wear it, it would have been a very expensive gift for somebody else. That sounds really bad, doesn't it? But I just think, you know, if I'd have made something and I didn't love it as much as I loved the yarn, you know, that's the mystery part. So I know that I love the yarn that I picked for the mystery. I could just get to use these ones for something that I'm really going to enjoy. I actually think I'm going to use them singly and have lots of different socks, but we will see. They smell so nice. I was really happy to be able to pick those up. It's quite a special little purchase. But that's it. That's everything that I bought, I think. Yes, lots of fibre, a nice project bag, and some more yarn. I've also been doing a little bit of hand quilting, of hand sewing. So this is something that I never thought I would do, but my fabric stash is getting a little bit out of hand. Not out of hand, but there's just a lot of it, and there's nothing. I don't have a large amount of anything to make myself clothing wise. I've got maybe one that I bought for the kids that I might pinch for myself. But yeah, I've got lots of fat quarters and quilting cottons and leftovers from other projects and things that I just kind of wanted to get out of the stash. I just want to use up the stash before I buy any more. I would really like to make myself some more clothes, but I have used all of my fabric now, like I say, apart from this one thing that's actually quite a thick sweatshirt, and it's not really good for the summer, so I don't need to make anything with it until the winter. So I'd quite like to use up quite a lot of this this stash that I've got. If anybody saw last time's episode, I made some applique name tags, like a bunting for James's bedroom, and I had lots of leftover fabric from that. So I decided I was going to try English paper piecing. I'd watched a video, I thought it looked really nice, I like the effect of it. So I ordered some ready cut hexagons, and I also ordered a Sew Line fabric glue pen, which was an absolute, just the best thing I think I ever bought. I remember seeing my friend Alex doing an English paper piecing quilt a long time ago, and she was showing me how you cut out each hexagon and then you baste it. And I just remember thinking, oh my goodness, that just takes so long. Pre-cut hexes and a glue pen, it was done in about an hour. An hour is probably exaggerating, but it was done very fast. So it makes lots of these little hexes. The glue's brilliant. You just glue it all down, and when you're done, you just pull up the side and pull the hexie out. And it's done. I was really impressed. So I made 50 of the little hexagons, and I have made, well, I've half done, I've not finished, a pillow for James. So I'm still a little bit lost on how to do this bit, so I really enjoyed hand sewing all the little hexes together. I didn't think that would be the bit that I enjoyed, but it was. I really enjoyed it. I did it for about a week, so every night for a week I on an evening I do these little hexagons and sew them all together, and I really enjoyed it, and I think the effect of them has turned out really well. I've only halfway got through to quilting it. This is just a little bit of jersey. It's not the best pillow material, but it's what I had, and this is about using scraps. So this is what I've got. I've got the other half of it here. So once I finish quilting, I'll be able to make it into a proper pillowcase, the size of a pillowcase, and I'll just be able to put a pillow in it. So I've just been doing a little bit of quilting, you can see on the back a little bit better of how much I've done there. So I've just been stitching in the ditch and outlining each single hexagon. I haven't done all of them quite yet, I've not finished it. And I did just start up here doing a little bit of quilting and just seeing about doing some little designs in each hexagon. But this, I think this is probably the part that's going to take the longest, is sitting on the machine. Because you could just carry on quilting for absolutely ever. Well, I think you could. I was thinking about doing a little bit of hand stitching around each fox and bringing a little bit of the fox out. But yes, I really enjoyed doing that. I didn't think I would. But the plan was, so that's used up all of that fabric that was in my stash, which is good. I just need to finish the actual the pillowcase now. So that's used up a lot of the fabric, but now that I know that I enjoy doing it, I have lots and lots of James and Edward's clothes, the little tiny baby clothes that I've just been saving and saving and not really knowing what to do with them. I did get rid of lots and lots of them, and I passed them down and I handed them down to friends and Milo. So I've always got somewhere to pass along my clothes, but the favourite ones that I just wanted to do a little bit of something with, I've kept. So I think what I'm going to do is English paper piece with them. So I've got lots of Edward's clothes, some of James's, and I've got some of David's black t-shirts. Now David only ever wears black t-shirts, he wears nothing else. Ever since I've known him, he's wore black t-shirts and jeans. That is it. So I've got a few of David's black t-shirts, maybe just to give it a little bit of a contrast, because most of the boys' clothes are in white. So they're all the little white baby grows and the little onesies and things, with a little bit of fussy cutting, so a little bit of patterns that I might be able to pick out. So that is something that I'm actually quite looking forward to doing now that I've decided on a plan of what I'm going to do with them, and that I know that I'm going to enjoy it. I'm going to make a little hexie. I don't know if it'll be enough for another quilt. I might be able to make another really big pillow out of all of their clothes together. Maybe double-side it, and not put it onto a bit of crappy jersey. I might, see how it works. So anyway, but yeah, that's everything that I've been doing. I've been really enjoying crafting and knitting, and lockdown has us, is still in lockdown. We're very close to being a little bit more of normality now. I think we're on week 12 of lockdown, but things are slowly starting to open, and yeah, I'm happy about that. Let's get out. I went to go meet all my spinners the other day, so we met in the park very close to my house and had a little bit of a social distance spin, knit and chat. It was really nice. There was just 6 or 7 of us. We all sat in a really big circle, so quite easily social distance in the park, but it was really nice to see people in real life and do a little bit of catching up, so that was good. I enjoyed that, and I think we're going to do that again next week, so I'm really looking forward to that again. But it's really been really nice catching up with you guys. I really hope that we have recorded it this time. I did not check halfway through, did I? Oh my god. I'm going to say goodbye now, and I really hope to see you all next time. And if this is not recorded this time, I'm just, no, don't even think about it. Don't even think about it. I'm sure it has. Okay guys, it's been really nice chatting with you all. Really nice doing a little catch up. Give us a thumbs up if you fancy. Have a little chat in the comments below. I love chatting with everybody, and I'll see you all next time. See you later guys, bye.